Can you talk about that season at all?
He bounces back from season to season, or just different little points. Sorry, my bad. Just little points from here and there, just to give little tidbits on what happened. But he doesn't really stick to a season specifically or whatever. But he'll give us some history.
I know you guys maybe don't really talk about it much, but what would it mean to you to be a part of the team that break that record for Kirk Ferentz?
That would be pretty cool to be on that team that Coach Ferentz did break that record on. But it's a week by week thing, and hopefully it does happen this week, and we're preparing for it. And if it does, that's really cool.
You had the punch out, Cohen, and he did this at Kids Day too, I think, on Gill, of as receivers going down punching a ball out. That's not something that you always think about with safeties, but I guess just generally, what kind of drills do you guys work on? The emphasis of forcing a ball out, because that's easier said than done.
Yeah, just being violent in your tackling. That was more of like a rolled tackle, so he was just leverage and trying to get my arm in there as I'm wrapping him up aggressively.
Gotcha.
I know you guys are obviously disappointed on Saturday's result. I mean, is there stuff that you guys can look back at the film on and take away? Because you guys really did play well for, if not the majority, if not all of the game. And what kind of stood out by the way you guys played, and what do you kind of want to build on going into this Saturday?
Just the plays that needed to be fixed. Those plays get pulled out, and now we can work on those. Because teams are going to see that, and that's going to show up again. It might not be this Saturday; it might be 6 Saturdays from now. Which, if it shows up then, we've practiced it, we've already seen it. So hopefully by then we don't make the same mistake twice.
And you guys are a very sound defense. You guys really just focus on playing your role. But you guys are such an opportunistic defense. You force turnovers. You haven't had the turnovers. I guess, how do you kind of not press and make sure you stay in your role and what you need to do, but also maybe try to create more of those opportunities?
Yeah, just still doing your job, but maybe doing your job a little better, making a tackle, being more aggressive on the tackle, in the pass, breaking on the ball, maybe getting maybe just a little tip from film on a route concept you might see on the field.
You've stuck out at Iowa for a long time. What has Coach Ferentz meant to you?
He's just been a great role model. He's obviously a coach, but he's a father, husband, grandpa. So you see all the different sides to him, which is really cool to me. Seeing him as a coach, but also seeing him in other areas, like when we go to his house and camp. Like, you get to see him as a family guy, which is really cool to see that other side of coaches, and it gives you more of an appreciation, and it's easier to be coached by a guy like that.
What's been your favorite memory of him during your time here?
Just all the stories. He's been coaching basically since I've been alive, I guess. So just being able to, all the guys that have been through Iowa, he's basically coached, which is awesome. I grew up watching all these guys, and he was the guy that coached them, which is really cool.
Well, so watching him and growing up in Iowa, watching him, when you show up as a recruit, what was your first impression of him, of Kirk Ferentz?
He's just a regular, humble guy. Which is really cool. He puts his players first, which is a great thing, and he wants the Iowa Hawkeyes to do well, and he's going to do everything in his power to do that.
How's defense assess it first 2 games from your perspective?